Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Posca Pens. Yes, the paint markers that have been going around the internet and everyone's been raving about them. So yeah, I'm going to be letting you know today my opinions of them and if they're worth it. Okay, so Posca Pens are acrylic based, which means that it's acrylic paint inside a pen. So they work exactly like acrylic paints that come inside the tubes. Now, Posca Pens have been out since 1983. Yes, that is a long time ago, but they have only just appeared to the surface. Posca Pens come in many different sizes, and the one I have here is the PC1M. You can find the size of the nib written on the pen. I'm going to insert a video of me scrolling through the Posca website so you can see all the sizes. Also, Posca Pens as of now have 59 different colours. When you first get your Posca Pens, they come inside a plastic film. When I first got them, I used the scissors to open them, but after watching a couple videos, I noticed an easier way to open them, which is to twist the cap and the plastic will just tear off with it. Nice and easy. Now, upon opening them, you will see that it has a white nib. This means that the marker hasn't been activated yet. It provides instructions on how to do so on the marker, which I think is pretty cool. But all you have to do is shake the marker and then pump it by pressing down on the paper, and then the paint will start flowing down to the end of the nib. Once you have activated your markers, you're ready to go. Now, I'd say I've had these markers for about a year now, and I'm going to make a couple illustrations and give my opinions on them. So basically the pros and cons and if they're worth it. Okay, so Posca Pens can be found on their official website or Amazon, which is where I got mine from. Hashtag not sponsored. But yeah, there's many different packs, all at different prices, and I'm going to put a few screenshots up for you so you can see them. Here's an example of a thicker nib, which would be used to cover larger areas. And here's another example of a thinner nib, which could be used to line your artwork. Right, now I'm going to start sketching. So the biggest question I've seen is, what paper do I use for Posca Pens? Well, I know Posca Pens say that they can be used on any kind of paper, but I have noticed that they tear through the paper very easily, leaving horrible little bits. I'll see if I can get a video inserted of how ugly looking it can be. Yeah, but I know some people say that it is quite a cool looking texture, but I must admit it's not my favourite. So the paper I'm using in this video is what was provided in a scrawler box. It's the Art Gecko Marker Sketchpad, which is acid free and has the paper weight of 250 JSM. Now this paper is very smooth, which works well for Posca Pens, but these pens were designed to be used on any surface. Some examples may include your fridge, your door, your car, your iPad, and your toilet seat. I've actually made a couple of videos of me customizing things with these markers, so I've customized my Converse shoes, a mini skateboard, iPad case, and my AirPods. So if you'd like to see how these Posca Pens work on those surfaces, you can check out those videos. Right, so I'm going to move on now and go through my pros and cons list. So let's start with the pros now. Some of the pros I wrote down here is that they work on any surface, which is really cool. They have many different thicknesses, which enables you to get fine details and also work in large areas. So say you're doing like a mural on a wall, using Posca Pens you can use the thickest chisel nib to do so and it'll fill it in much quicker. They're very opaque, so you could use the white Posca Pen to like draw over the black, which is pretty cool. And they're very vibrant, so they stand out. And they're not smelly. Yeah, they have no smell to them, which is really cool. Because obviously if they smelled, you wouldn't want to use them. That's why I don't use Sharpies, because they stink. And I've also noticed that you can use them with a paintbrush. So say you got out a mixing palette and you like pumped the marker, it would leave some acrylic paint in like a bubble form, and you can use the paintbrush to paint with them, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so now let's move on to the cons list. Now, when I talk about these are just my opinions and what I've noticed about them. So yeah. Right, so I have noticed that these Posca pens bleed, what I mean by this is like sometimes when you're drawing with them, a lot of paint comes out and you get these blobs of paint everywhere. I wish I could like try and get a video for you so you could see what I mean. Which, you know, it's very annoying, and sometimes when you're drawing, it can like splatter as well. So say you're trying to do really nice line work, it'll just like that's the sound I make to describe, you know, the paint splattering. But yes, and it's very annoying because you won't be able to get it off the paper. And sometimes also, speaking of paper, when you're drawing on paper, it can tear it up and you have these little blobs everywhere, which is really annoying. There's also not that many colours. I know 59 is really cool and it's great, but I would like to see a lot more different colours like you get with the Copic markers and the Ohuhus. I think that would be pretty cool. And there's also the shake before use, which I think's really annoying. So say you have your Posca pens and they're just laid down for a while, it can like separate, which means when you go to draw, it'll be very watery and not as opaque, so you have to shake it to activate it again, which I guess it's not really much of a big deal, but I guess it was just something to put on the cons list, I guess. And the last thing that I've noticed about them is the blending. Now, I'm no expert and I don't know everything about these markers, but I have a hard time blending these for some reason. If anyone in the comments can let me know if there is a way to blend these markers, other than, you know, doing it like with a paintbrush, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I find it very difficult to blend, so you can't really get like a smooth transition between them. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, overall, the question is, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video, is are they worth it? Now, my opinion is yes, I do think they're worth it, especially if you want to draw on like different surfaces. I wouldn't say for paper so much, like illustration that way. I would mainly say more for like drawing on walls or your toilet seat. But yeah, that's my opinion on them, I guess. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment below what you think, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. And as always, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and also a huge thank you to 5k subscribers. I have no words for it, but I am going to be doing a giveaway, which should be next video. And yeah, alright, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.